at HelloWoofy.com. We're going to be going live here in a second with our customers. They're popping in as well. Thank you so much for coming on in. And if you're looking for where this this meeting can be accessed, all you have to do is go into your account on HelloWoofy.com and just click on the networking button on the bottom left on the home's dashboard, which I am going to show you in a moment. Here we go, share screen. So if you guys are looking to join in on this call, we do these calls every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. This is where you click free group networking calls to join in. And you can share a little bit about your business, what you're going through, successes, things you need help with, and things of that nature. So let's get started. I see a couple of people popping in. Thank you so much for jumping in, guys. I really appreciate it. Let's go in a circle and tell us a little bit about who you are, why you're awesome, and where we can help you with today. All right, Beth, you're on the top left. I love the sunny weather in the background.
Oh, well, thank you. It's 85 degrees here, so I'm not complaining.
That is awesome. I feel like it's 85 in my apartment in New York City, but it is 44 outside. They just love cranking up the heating in New York City buildings.
So what I do with my business is I'm an online business project manager, basically a VA that helps small businesses and entrepreneurs get them out of the weeds of their business so they can be flying high again. So I do a lot of work with your service with other of my clients, and I schedule all of their social media for them.
Okay.
So one of my questions is that I do have today, and I have reached out multiple times, is I can't get my affiliate link. I am an affiliate link, but I have reached out and I haven't been able to get onto your platform because you guys switched over a couple months ago to a new affiliate platform.
Yeah.
How can I get my affiliate link, and can you add that to the settings up on within HelloWoofy settings?
That actually reminds me, we should probably send out a PSA about this. So we're actually building a new affiliate dashboard that'll include the new payment gateway. Because what happened was the old website was built on WordPress. We could track all the links and commissions and all that stuff on there very easily. But since we switched over to, I guess, the main platform, the one gateway, we have to build we actually have to build an affiliate dashboard because the last one was a plugin. So we'll send out an email. What we're gonna do is we have a thing like 1,000 affiliates or so, give or take. But this new payment flow that we've put together, it's going to include its own its own affiliate dashboard. So if you go into settings and my subscription plan, and you change your subscription, you'll see a little section here that says like commissions and blah blah blah. So it'll have everything you're looking for, but that's probably going to take a few weeks though, Beth. But we're going to send out a PSA about that.
That would be great, because I do have some clients that want to start using that for me to get the commission on it, because I'm implementing it for them and I want to be able to get them flying high again.
Sure. Why don't we do this? We'll have to do it manually. It'll be a little time consuming, but if you can send me an email list of all the people, and then what I'll have someone do internally is that if they see those emails come in and they stay with us for 14 days, because that's the money back guarantee, we'll then give you the 10% of that commission.
Okay. And then another question that I have on the platform, is there a way to do campaigns within the library itself? So, because the only way to do a campaign right now is to physically go into the campaign on the main dashboard. But sometimes if you're in a library, you can actually do a one-off email. But is there a way to kind of implement something to add campaigns to that?
So the way it works is actually flip-flopped. The campaigns use the library and the categories to get things off the ground. So for example, let's say we've got a category called content masters. So these are all our posts in here that we use pretty often in terms of our own Facebook group. But if I were to run a campaign for this, I would click on campaign, create campaign. And by the way, I'm assuming you guys can see my screen where it says HelloWoofy. Okay, good. So let's say we want to run a campaign in the month of March, right? So there are two approaches to doing this for campaign scheduling. One is you could be like, completely randomly be like, you know what, I want to schedule every couple of days, content for my Facebook group. And then, the last few days, we're going to be doing a launch on the 30th, just before the following month, we're going to really ramp up and, post a lot. So that's one way you can kind of handpick your dates. What I really like to do is do a pattern, which is like every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're going to click on this little button on the top right that says pattern schedule. What you're telling the platform is that, hey, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday until, let's say, the 29th, I want content to repeat itself again and again. So if I go back for a second, you'll notice all my Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays are automatically picked. Then you just do what you would do in any other case, right? You choose your accounts that you post to, let's say Facebook and Twitter in this case. You choose the category. This is where it comes back to the library. We're going to choose the category that we want to use, but the next part is really important. It's either going to take the content from the top down, which is LIFO, or it's going to take the content from the bottom up, which is FIFO, or you don't care. You can just shuffle it as well. Are you following with? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And sometimes, like when I'm putting content into the library,
yeah.
Sometimes when I'm in the library itself, and once my content goes into where I want it to go, sometimes I just want to go from there to schedule it, because you can go into your library and do a one-off shoot for so if you're in there, you've got that. Is there a way for us to add a button to do it as a campaign?
So you can click on the triangle. Yeah, it'll create a single post.
Right, but could we add something where you could actually do that as a campaign within that as a plugin there?
So, but would you want this post along with every other post in this category to go out, or what? Because I guess the campaign is doing multiple posts at the same time.
Okay, sometimes I just do a campaign of one individual item for the month.
Okay, but then how often does it come out? How often does it get posted?
It goes out 3 days a week for a month.
The same post?
Same post sometimes, because it's an event.
Okay, so here's a question, or not a question, but I guess piece of advice. Facebook and most other platforms, that's the reason why we have these similarity engines here, or the score here, is they don't really like the exact same thing coming out again and again in short intervals, because then they'll start labeling it as spam, and then they'll push you down in the feed. So that's the reason why, like for example, this I just posted yesterday because this is what I cooked yesterday. If I were to post it again, I would click on the triangle and probably remove foodie as a hashtag, or if I click on it, I'll probably get another recommendation to swap it out with, like let's say food porn instead. So I'll make a little bit of an adjustment and then go ahead and schedule it. I don't recommend posting the exact same thing at 100% similarity, because also at scale, we will block it ourselves, because we want to make sure that you're not spamming yourself.
Okay.
So if it's an event, I would probably create a category called the event, and then create like 6 versions of it, and then schedule it across the calendar.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, in fact, I think I did that once. Let's see. We have Pet Wednesdays, for example. It has 3 posts in there, so we just we only have 4 weeks to worry about. So there's 3 posts in there. So one obviously does repeat itself. I think we had a couple other events in here as well. Secret Knock was another event we went to, so those are 12 posts in there. Yeah, that's what probably I would recommend. You can just make some minor changes to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Thank you so much. Those were my questions.
Also, do you have a link to the event, like a sign up page?
I do.
Oh, here's a cool thing. So let's say we take this link here, just any old link is fine. And if you click on import content and you click on import URL and you throw that in here, it'll actually create 3 variations of that that article for you. So it could be an event landing page, and then it'll actually bring in, images from there as well. So let's say get images from that. And here's the image. So it'll, in your case, it would be the event image, the header, and then it'll add it automatically to all of them. So let's say we call it, let's say Beth's, category. Click save. We're going to add maybe some hashtags to it. Online communities, emojis, but this one's going to have, instead of emojis, it's going to say, let's say, marketing. And what is it going to recommend? Let's see. Social media marketing. All right, we're going to add it to the library. So what's going to happen is going to create 3 variations of that one article, or in your case, a landing page, right? And now it's all in Beth's category, and I can go run a 3-week campaign posting once a week.
Oh, that's awesome. That helps me out. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, let's move over to Kat. Kat, how can we help you today? Tell us why you're so awesome, and yeah, tell us what we can help you with. Any wins of the week?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm a business management and personal development coach,
Okay.
speaker, podcaster. I actually love that you guys have a thing now for the podcasting where I can start posting that. Uh, I just signed up and kind of got set up in it. So like, I'm still trying to figure everything out. I did pay to have someone kind of do the small setup for me for the, some of the content and things. But my question is, where can I learn more? Or do you guys have something else where I could sit with someone to really kind of dive into some of the pieces? Because otherwise I'm going to find myself in it for like the next 10 hours and nothing's going to get done.
No, I understand. So I tend to create a lot of videos, and so you can see a lot of the videos on our YouTube channel, which is just, it's linked to your account. Sorry, inside your account under settings. So if you go there, you can see, demos around like the smart speaker scheduler, our roadmap for 2023. We've got an application coming out very soon around augmented reality, so you can actually see all your content in front of you and then drag it to different platforms like Facebook or Twitter. So all of the tutorials and videos are there. And then if you want more information, if you go into the support section here on the top right next to journal, that will actually take you to our knowledge base, video tutorials. If you need any help, you can submit a ticket there. And then if you want, there are 3 levels of calls that we support. One is just like the free one, which is like, hey, I've got a question about 1 or 2 features. And then we've got a consulting call, which is more like a coaching call. That's $100 an hour, and that's like you and me sitting down on a whiteboard, drawing out everything you need from wireframes to pillars for creating content or whatnot. And then the paid support call is kind of like a hybrid in between the two of those. That's $20 for 30 minutes. But yeah, there's a lot of handholding here. Plus we do these networking calls every Friday as well. But you let us know what else we can do for you.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a big, and I did the 30-minute call. So I did get that set up, which was awesome. I think Jack is who I chatted with. Cool. My other question is, I looked at the affiliate information as well, but I was informed that you guys were coming out with a new platform. So would you suggest that I just wait until that's been announced, since you guys are in the process?
Yeah, let me make a note of that. I send PSA about new affiliate dashboard under works. Remind me to send via HelloWoofy. Yeah, we're probably going to send it through here directly. Yeah, we'll keep you posted. I think Beth was the other one who was also mentioning about that. Yeah, so we'll keep you guys posted as soon as it comes out.
Okay, perfect.
But if you have a lot of people, like not like 1 or 2, but like if you have like 10 people, maybe like 6 people you want to refer, just send me a list of emails, and if we see those people coming in over the next month, we'll give you the commission there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Cool. All right, let's move over to Sebastian. Sebastian, how can we help you today? And tell us why you're awesome. You're on mute at the moment. Let's see if I can ask him. Oh, yep, there you go.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, so I bought this a while back, but I haven't started doing anything.
Do you need help with creating the pillars, or where do you want to get started?
Well, yeah, I need help, like just navigating through the system and learning how to set everything up. I want to help my mother with her business, and then I want to have my own account as well. I bought the agency, I think. So having 2 accounts, I don't know how to separate those 2, or
well, you can do 2 logins probably. You probably don't want to mix the 2 businesses together unless you do some collaboration. So that that's kind of falling into the agency world, right? So there's like, for example, if you go into settings, you can see all my integrations are here, and then if I switch my integration, my calendar, you'll see that there are other integrations here for Alexa on my personal. So everything gets scheduled through my own, the calendar called My Calendar. So what you could do, but it uses the same library at the moment. The top plans, including the one you're talking about, will include in the future multiple libraries, so you can bifurcate one business from the other. Right now, it's just one library. But you could do that if you wanted to, but that's obviously assuming that you and your mom will be collaborating a lot on the content. Otherwise, you probably just want 2 separate accounts.
yeah.
How to get started? Very high level, and you can obviously go into this section here need a pun, we can also schedule those calls that I was telling Kat about. But really high level, the way the platform works is the library is probably the core feature of the platform, where you want to throw in as much evergreen, recurring, reusable content as possible. And I'll share the reason behind that in a second. But you want to throw that directly into these categories on the left side, and you can create as many as you want that will house the specific themes around the topics. So like motivational content, people who are investing in our business through WeFunder, we have WeFunder postings as well. This is our Facebook group, Content Master, so it has a lot of tips, hacks, things of that nature in there. And the reason why you want to reuse the content is because whenever you post anything online, and this is going back to our roadmap, whenever you post anything around social media as a medium, you only get about 2, 3, maybe 5% on a really good day, 10% engagement. So you got 100 people following you, 2 to 5, maybe 10 people are going to see it, and it's not your fault at all. It's just the way the platforms are designed to throttle your reach. So that's one of the reasons why we're working on direct mail integration over the next few months, because it gets about a 40% engagement rate, especially for our real estate folks. Newsletters, we all our emails are sent through HelloWoofy itself using the MailChimp integration. That gets 40 to 60% open rates for us. So we send everything through there. And then text messages, which are, again, another thing on the roadmap for the next few months, is that they can get you as high as 95% engagement. So you want to diversify your reach across the channels.
Okay.
Yep. Now, really high level as well, there are 3 pillars that I was referring to that you want to focus on, and I know some of the folks on the call have seen this before. One is the FAQs. You want to make sure that the questions that keep coming up again and again for your business or your mom's business, you answer in either video format, text format, which could be a blog article, so it gets indexed over time. So that's obviously very important as well. You can refer people there. Your testimonials, why people love working with you, and why are people coming back to you again and again, and then your objections and your solutions to them. So it might be this person doesn't know enough, doesn't have enough experience, doesn't have enough knowledge, and then you'll be like, no, I've got 10 years of experience in this, did over $10 billion in transactions, and whatever that objection versus solution the sell is, essentially that all can be pieces of content. So the way we usually recommend doing is making a long form video, which could go to Vimeo or YouTube, and then slicing those videos into short form videos for Instagram, your TikTok account, your Facebook account, or YouTube Shorts as well. That's the new thing that's coming out now, and you could just rinse and repeat that content again and again. And that's what you're seeing in my library right now, is content that we schedule again and again. So like, for example, this video here is about creating content using the Instagram green screen. And this was actually sliced from a much longer video, and we just used it a few times.
Okay.
Cool. What is, just out of curiosity, what is the nature of your business and your mom's business?
She's an interior designer and decorator.
Oh, perfect. Tell her to throw all of her photography in here. So what she can do is, or you can do it for her, is click on import content, click on import images, and you can download, or you can upload up to 30 images at a time. So let's say we do interior design. These are obviously not your mom's photos, but the idea is that, to give you an example, let's say we do these, you can do up to 30 images at a time. You can have them read. So let's say she has like, captions around the images, like, where she, the client's name or whatever that may be. You can add the emojis automatically. You can throw it into, let's say, Sebastian mom's category, and then we can have hashtags added in as well. Like, I don't have interior design, but we'll add foodie ones here, and then it'll automatically transcribe all of it. Now, if it doesn't find anything in the image, it's just going to say new caption. So that's a really good way to throw all of your media assets in directly, very quickly.
Cool. Thank you.
And then what about your business? What's the nature of your business?
I want to promote my book. I have a book and a journal that I created on Amazon. And so I want to promote my book for mental health. Okay.
Well, that's, again, tips, tricks. There's a girl, her name is Sade Zara, I believe. She does a lot of career, TikToks or videos on TikTok about careers, but she does quite a few mental health stuff as well. So I would definitely be going after that strategy I was telling you about. Make long form videos, and then
Mhm.
shorten those as well. But by the way, here's to show you an example of like bulk uploading your images. So in this case, it couldn't find any words, so it just typed in new post. But in this case, I guess it found the number 2 somewhere in that image, so it transcribed it. But we could just go back in here and be like, you know what, new design from New York, and then save it.
Mhm.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Well, let's move over to Glenn. Hey, Glenn. How are you? You're on mute though. And we were actually talking yesterday internally about your Android mobile issues. So we're working on that at the moment. Let's see if I can ask.
I got you. I got it.
There we go.
Thank you,
Hey,
Gerald.
welcome.
You
Welcome,
kinda
welcome.
answered my question that I was going to ask you about.
Mhm.
We're trying
Which
to get
one?
good process now.
Process.
Yeah, so you kind of just did it with Sebastian a little bit, but we're find AI that's slicing up our long form content.
Oh, there are a couple of them actually. One
Yeah.
one
we
of
found one
them.
that's really good.
Which one
Really
is it?
good.
Which one are you guys using?
Video, VYDO or video.
Oh yeah. The other one is I'm just talking to this company right now. It's called Opal or something. I'll send you the link if you send me
Okay.
an email. I'll send you the link back. There's another one that one of the investors we're talking to. She's working with this company as well, Trav something. And they're so essentially they're taking a big video using artificial intelligence to figure out when the high points are, the inflections are, tonality, and creating short form videos off of that. We do it a little bit old school. We have a team in the Philippines because I can actually instruct them exactly what I want. And,
Yeah.
the first 5 seconds are really important. So like, for
Yeah.
example, this video here that I was showing, this one has like in the first 5 seconds, it talks about like you can create content anywhere. You can do it in a hotel room, across the beach, and then it takes 2 minutes and then full stop. So like if you don't get the viewer in the first 5 seconds, they're not going to watch the rest of the video.
Yeah.
So like it's hard to, at least I haven't seen a program that does it automatically that way. They'll slice it, but they'll just slice it. They won't do like the highlight of what the reel is actually about.
Yeah, see, and the idea of having someone do it just is not really working well for us because we do 2 to 3 45 minutes to an hour long podcast a week. We bulk record them.
Well, why don't you talk to our guys in the Philippines? They're very good so far. I mean, they did this video. They've done, I guess, I don't know, probably over 100 videos at this point for us. But if you're open to it, we're happy to make the introduction.
Yeah. I'll send you an email a little bit later today then, and we'll get an introduction. But tell me about the workflow. So let's say we like what we're doing right now with the slicing. We're slices it into LinkedIn. We're going to stop using TikTok because of all the controversy with them. But Instagram,
I wouldn't stop just yet. I think TikTok just generated $1.6 billion in marketer advertising dollars and whatnot. It's kind of here to stay. It depends on what form it stays in.
Is, but when you consider that our main market, our niche market is government finance, government.
Okay, yeah, okay. So, they're not allowed on their phones.
Yeah, so we have to kind of let that one slide. But it takes all this. So what I'm trying to figure out is the process that you would use, that you're using right now. You kind of highlighted it. But can you kind of just give us a super high level view of how your case usage, your case studies?
And it's funny you mentioned that because I've been trying to put a webinar together around this stuff, around creating content and how just in general the process system. So this is kind of just further pushing me into getting that up and running. So if anyone wants to help us with a webinar, let me know. I as far as content creation is concerned, whenever I get any sort of inspiration for creating content, I will just pick up my phone, take a selfie video, and then and it might be a few videos because it might be facing me and might be facing what I'm talking about, and then I just upload it with instructions to the Philippines team, and then they'll slice and dice it and then put it in here. Now in some cases, like in the example of the green screen, I also use the Instagram native app to get like green screen capabilities, so I can talk over a video behind me, kind of like the Zoom background here, so I can explain what's happening. And then I won't publish it there. I'll download it, upload it into HelloWoofy, as a reel or a video, and then I'll upload from here across multiple channels at the same time. Because again, the point is to schedule in multiple places, right? So if I go like, I think I might have done it yesterday, cooking, just got off the phone. Yeah, so this is the example here is like the point is get the video across multiple channels in one go.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's another technique I do. Now, whenever I do any social posts, if it's big enough, if it's impactful enough for you to see it as a customer in your email, then I'll just take the same post, maybe extend it a little bit, or I might go to journal first and then shorten it for a social post and then send it out from here as well. So many of you may have seen this this post came out just a few days ago about us hitting over $1 million in Stripe, sales. And so we were very proud of that, but you guys made it happen. And so not only did we do this as a social post, but we also sent it out as a newsletter by just choosing our master list here. And so thousands of people saw that there. So I might go back and forth. I might do the long post first and then create a short post, or I might do the short post first and then send this out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else here. I'll show you what it looks like. You made it happen. All right, let's see if I can find the example of what that email looks like. Yep, here we go. So here is the email, and that's what it looked like. So title on the top, subject line, was obviously the same as the title on the top. The image is in the middle, and then our captions right there as well. So, and it's not super fancy. It's very simple. If you take a look at what some of the leading marketers are doing, like Tai Lopez, Billie Jean, or Grant Cardone, they're keeping things very, very simple. Because it's all about attention span at this point with all of this happening. So here's an example of a couple of Tai Lopez emails. This one here, let's say, one simple email there. Image there, little caption there. Let's see, we got some other ones here. Did you catch this? This is it. This is just some text here, some links. So it doesn't have to be fancy. And if this guy is spending a lot of money doing what he's doing, so take some inspiration from that.
Okay, because that's something we talked about, is doing a newsletter. So right now we have our online magazine, and we have our LinkedIn newsletter. Yeah. Then our YouTube channel, and then trying to use our Facebook channels and our Instagram channels to promote back to the YouTube channel or to the magazine.
Well, I would be driving everything back to your website. And by the way, Kat, do share what you're sharing about in the chat. But I would say everything should be going back to your website, because whether it's the social side, whether it's your newsletter or your smart speaker post, or what else you got, your text messages, your website is really where all of the data capture is happening, especially if you're doing retargeting. Because if you're sending a social post to your, now you said YouTube, right? So let's say it's a YouTube channel here. If you're sending your social post to YouTube, you're basically giving Google the ability to retarget your own customers or your followers and make money off it. But you're going to get throttled anyways, because every platform throttles your reach in turn. So what I'd be doing is, whether it's a YouTube channel, drive back to your blog on your website for a social post, put the YouTube video on a blog post or a landing page on your website. If it's a newsletter and it's a call to action, have them go to your website and learn about it. If there's a smart speaker post, send that as well. Or a text message, make sure they stop by your website so that the conversions API, right? Facebook conversions API or Google, and you guys can watch this video because it's live broadcast right now, so I'm not going to type everything out. But Facebook, API, as far as their conversions concerned, or Google's tag manager and all that stuff, they can have a chance to target those individuals and build an audience. Because if they bypass it, you'll never get that chance unless they subscribe to your channel, in which case most people don't subscribe immediately.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Don't even bother asking them. If the video, that's actually funny. Someone was talking about this. Don't bother asking people to subscribe, because the number of people that stop watching the video is like exponential at that point. If they like the video, they'll follow anyways. So don't even bother asking people to follow, like, or whatnot. If they like your content, they're gonna do it.
Okay. So now, when you say drive it to the website, you're just talking about like where it says down in the actual where you post it, you have a place for an address.
Are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about adding content?
Yes.
So this, you're talking about this section. So this section only applies to these places here. When you're doing it to Google My Business, Instagram Stories, Alexa, or Pinterest. So
Okay.
like, for example,
Never
in
noticed that.
Pinterest, yeah, so in the example of Pinterest, so they're very unique. So if you upload an image, so let's say we have an image of, I don't know, let's say Glenn, you like cooking. So let's put an image of something that looks delicious. So let's say you made this and we're gonna crop it so it's, vertical, 9:16. So let's do that, crop, save. Okay, so now it's Pinterest ready. Now, if I put a link in here, let's say, you put in google.com in here, right? If I put that in there, it's going to go straight to the caption field on Pinterest, but you won't be able to really click on it unless you just like long press, copy, and paste it. But if you put it in here and you just add your HTTPS/, it'll actually make the whole image hyperlinked. So at that point on Pinterest, if someone taps on the image to learn more, it'll take you to that website that you scheduled, the link with.
Okay.
It's a very unique thing. It's almost like putting a thumbnail to it's like a thumbnail to a URL, but Pinterest does it complete backwards because it's all image oriented.
So from now on, when I post, I should just put the URL back to the website.
Yeah, and by the way, if you're adding content in here, you could just say this is google.com, and that'll be there added to the call to action for Pinterest. But if you schedule it to Twitter, it's just going to ignore it. So you can always have it ready to go. It'll just ignore it. Like for example, here, if I do YouTube, right? If let's say this is Glenn's YouTube title, and I save it like that, but then I post it to Facebook, it's just going to ignore it. But then if I want to post it to Twitter, YouTube, then I have it ready to go because it's stored in your library. That's why we like to say we're a universal scheduler, because it can go anywhere and has all the attributes for anywhere.
Okay, that's a shortcut.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I would keep as an example for you, is just add all the attributes there, and then you'll have it ready to go.
Yep. Okay.
How much are you doing on YouTube right now in terms of posting?
3 times a week.
Okay, got it.
So
yeah,
and actually, I'm almost on the verge of taking up Gary V's advice 4 times a day, but pretty close to that. We have that much content available.
Okay, got it. Well, what else can we help you with?
That was just it. I just need to get a clear cut, because we need to start reducing the process. So thank you very much.
Sure. Kat, do you want to talk a little bit about content fries? Which is funny because the other day I was saying something about fries, and Alexa heard me and she started playing something called Don't Steal My Fries, which is actually a really good song.
I doubt it, but okay.
Yeah, so I deal with a lot of coaches and those that also run their own podcast. And so one of the things a lot of people are talking about is this company called Content Prize. There is another company called Descript, which I'm not a huge fan of. I like the setup of this one better. But basically all you do is you just drop whatever your long video is in. It transcribes the whole thing. And then you take the transcription and you can try to, which, you're the one that just did the video. You can go through and you just highlight whatever section and it clips it for you and creates a fry. So basically you put your potato in, right? And then it clips in and it creates a fry. So it'll create it. And then inside of there, you can do whatever layouts you want, overviews, words going across it, all that stuff. And then you can post it from there. You can even take the transcription, turn it into an email newsletter, or whatever the case may be of what you're wanting to do. But it's super simple. And it took me like 15 minutes to break apart an hour-long video that I did. I was actually training with someone, and I got 5 pieces out of it that I can now just post as little short bits. But for me, this one was easier to use than Descript, and you can try it for free as well. Can't do a ton of stuff, but you can at least try it for free to see what you like about it. And it was the easiest for me.
Yeah, I'm looking at if they have an API or not, because in order for us to work with them, they need an API. But what you guys can do is use that and then just bulk upload it directly into the library, the snippets.
Yeah, I have a question on that Content Fries. Does it break? Can you do like short minute, like 30-second videos and break them out if you have a 1 hour podcast? Like if you have like a client, I have a client that has an hour's worth of podcast and he wants to take 5 seconds out of that to just do a snippet. Will it do it on that Content Fries?
Yeah. So because you're the one that's choosing from the transcript, you can make it as long or as short as you want. So I have some that are a couple of minutes or 30 seconds, and then I have a couple that are like 4 and 5 minutes. So it just depends on how much you highlight within that transcript is what what it'll pull out. So you can choose your time limits on it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah,
then-
you're also talking about audiograms because that's, for podcasters that works really well. We currently have for audiograms, we currently have Wave Video and Headliner. And I think Canva has started doing a lot of those audiograms as well, because of the rise of Wave Video. So if you guys don't know what an audiogram is, it's just like a static image with like wave actions on top of it as an animation, and then it's like the audio thrown on top of it. So it outputs as an MP4 or a wave file, but it's like an animated GIF essentially.
I also have a question too. From what I've heard from a bunch of people in regards to posting, like I post all over the place. Every time that I release an episode, everyone is telling me to make sure that that link is going into the comment section. So if I'm pre-scheduling that out, what would you suggest as kind of like a way around that without me having to go back into every post to put it in the comment section? Is there a way around that?
So we are working, or rather we will be working on first comment in a few, I say in the first few weeks or so. Let me find out whether that's on the roadmap. But the first comment is going to allow you to schedule basically that link if you wanted to. Like in LinkedIn and Instagram, I believe they do first comments as well. But let me find out where can we add first comment to post and when. I think Instagram and IG are the ones that Instagram and LinkedIn are the two ones that'll do that. But right now we don't have first comment available, but that's probably as soon as we have it available, that's going to be the way to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because also sometimes right now tagging is not available because we have a universal scheduler, so it schedules to multiple places. So whenever I have to tag someone, I'll go back when I have the downtime to tag them. Otherwise, it's more important for me to get it out in multiple channels at the same time than tag one person one at a time from the beginning.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Tagging would be awesome to have.
I know. We tried tagging before and it was a disaster. Because people were so confused about tagging on, because no one has the same username from Twitter to Facebook to LinkedIn, so it became a nightmare. So we took it down. The way we're going to do it now is something called variations. So one post is going to have like variations of it next to it. And then if you start editing any of those variations, the main post will kind of like gray out because it'll ignore the master template. And then each template you create on the right side, that's the version that'll go to Facebook, Pinterest, or whatnot. Which is why, like Glenn, I was showing him the Pinterest example there. Pinterest is very unique. There is no other platform that turns images into hyperlinks. And so that has its own challenges right there, even though it's such a simple feature. Glenn, much like Descript. Oh, you like Descript. Okay, very cool. All right, guys. And again, apologies for the outage. I think it happened like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. You guys are using our platform way too much, so thank you. We upgraded the back end. We put in a lot more capability, so I do appreciate that. The platform's been running smoothly for the last week and a half or so, a week or so. So thank you for your love and support. All right, guys. Virtual hugs from New York City. Take care. Bye, guys.
Bye.